Blackstone Audio presents Nerve by Jeanne Ryan. This book is read by Caitlin Davies. For James, my grand prize. Prologue. It took 3 days of waiting, but at 4 a.m. on a Sunday, the street in front of Abigail's home finally emptied of all watchers. Maybe even crazies needed to sleep once in a while. She could use some rest, too. But more than that, she craved freedom. It had been almost a week since she left her house. She scribbled a note for her parents, threw a pile of gear into her car, and sped off, peeking into the rearview mirror all the way out of town, and throughout the 2-hour drive to the Shenandoah. The countless times she'd ridden these roads with her family had been filled with games, singing, videos, and sometimes just daydreaming. But this time, it was with a rising sense of panic. Ignoring years of training by her parents to check in with a ranger when she reached the park, she left her car near the most deserted trailhead she could find and took off on a path where the foliage was on the verge of being overgrown. By early afternoon, she'd have to settle on a spot to set up camp. For now, she just wanted to disappear into the greenery. If she could evade the watchers for a little while longer, this greenery would bring her some measure of peace, at least for a few days. Her backpack weighed heavy on her shoulders as she pounded up the rocky hillside, pushing past ferns and catching the occasional drops of dew that lingered on the leaves. The rushing sound up ahead spurred her on, with the promise of a waterfall. It would be a blessed distraction from the constant rumination that had taken over her thoughts for the past 23 days. Damn game. She swatted a low-hanging branch, dumping water and leaves on her head. Whatever. It wasn't as if anyone were around to witness the bits of foliage plastered to her skin and hair. But the thought of other people led immediately to insistent, unwanted images. And fears. Fears that lived at the edge of her consciousness and seemed to take physical form, this time in the sound of soft footfalls behind her. She stood stock still, waiting, praying that the sound had been just her imagination. Her brain betrayed her a lot lately. Stop. Focus. Think. The footsteps halted for a moment, and then picked up again, faster. Guess there was someone behind her. What now? Hide behind a bush and let the person pass? It had to be a random hiker, probably looking for solitude the way she was. Still, concealment sounded like the best plan. She raced ahead to gain some distance, and tucked herself within the arms of a lush rhododendron. The footsteps became louder. Their heaviness...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?